So hey guys, I'm back with more Pillars of Eternity. And last time out we had to gain the favour of the gods. That basically took the whole stream there. But yeah, I think it was worth it. We got a couple of different options in terms of what we're going to do with all these souls that he stole. Or that it turns out that him and his lead and key friends stole, shall we say. Yeah, he's a bad man, and he's lived far too long. So it's time for us to head out to the only other area of this place that we haven't been to, the Burial Isle. Excuse me a sec. Just need to take a quick drink. It's a little better. My throat was a little dry there. But not for that reason. Oh, what's this? Stop right there, criminal scum.
You're in the wrong city, Inquisitor.
Okay.
Did you think you wouldn't be recognized here in your old home?
So what is
I've seen
this?
your trials with my own eyes.
He's not going to talk anymore. He says, I've seen you light pyres with good people tied to them, people I'd known many a year. He then seizes me by the throat and my airway tightens. Whether real or imagined, I cannot tell. They deserve your confession. He raises the point of his sword, holding it a hair's breadth from my eye.
Thaos, what are you doing?
Startled, the soldier releases me immediately and turns to face the speaker, a woman in a plain wool tunic, fully a head shorter than he is, but somehow seeming to tower over him. We've seen the woman's face before, but from afar, bloodied and burned as she lay stretched across an iron wheel. At the moment, it's marked only with concern.
An assassin sent by the Inquisition, my lady, daring to approach our camp.
I'm not. What are you talking about? If he's so poor an assassin as to approach an armed guard in daylight, he should have nothing to fear. I would hear what he has to say. She stares him down till he can no longer face her, and he turns away sour-faced, watching.
Surely this is some trick of my mind. I did not expect to see you again.
Grand Inquisitor Thaos Arcanon dispatched me here to spy on you. With things as desperate as that over there, I'd never have known. I hope your next assignment is more stimulating. Listening to my lectures is dull work for a spy. It's good to have an old friend back all the same. It's lonelier than you might expect, changing your friends for followers. Is it? Whatever your reasons, I've missed you over all those years. Having you here now at a time when I'm surrounded by strangers is a wonderful gift. I would like for you to stay here.
Stay here in our camp as my guest.
Needs to make up her mind whether she's going to speak or not.
My lady Ivara, I beg of you. This is an Inquisitor.
Hmm.
This is a desperate attempt on your life. The only way it can succeed is if you allow it to.
That's not the only way,
This
surely.
missionary, same as I was, taught the wrong things as I was. If I can't have faith in one man's ability to reason, once he knows the truth, what hope do we have?
It's a good question.
My lady, he admits being a spy.
Yeah.
That should make him less of a threat, wouldn't you agree? I have nothing to
Is that one of those,
All
if you've
I
nothing to
see
hide,
here
you
is
get
an
nothing to worry
opportunity
about?
to persuade someone
Moments.
who would help us.
Is that how it works? I don't know.
We have many former missionaries here. They are our most loyal, our most helpful. Many have died for us. These are not people we
Yeah,
should
she's happy
turn
to be
away.
a
And the
martyr if
Inquisition wants my
necessary.
life, they can have it. But they know as well as I do that my cause will not die with me.
Probably not.
Come. We have much to talk about.
Okay, that's great. I'd rather not. Okay, so we had a conversation with some moderately random people there. What I'm just wondering is if I do this quest, does it take me to some other problem. Should I be looking to see if there's any side quests to pick up here while I'm here? Let's have a look at this place. I've not been in here yet. Or if I was, it was only very brief. That's how we can get in. What's this? Ah, just a doorway. I don't think we've been in here. Let's take a look and see what it's like inside this place before we continue with our main quest. I think most of the side quests I've got are for my allies right now. I don't know if it's important to do them or not. I just don't know. And there's a few other quests to do also. So I think there's a quest relating to kind of an add-on to the game as we're playing the complete edition. I want to know, is there anyone that's actually named? Maybe in here? Simok.
Tread carefully, Estremor.
Be warned, Estremor. I have little patience today after learning of the massacre at Blood Sands. I don't know anything about that. I think he'd mind if I pet his Stelgear. Remember how well that worked out last time? Yeah, I don't think he's going to talk to us because we killed everyone at Blood Sands. I mean, I don't know if he knows that. But it was us. So maybe we should lay low from him for a little while. Okay, so do we... Well, let's try this thing at the... was it the burial aisle or the funeral aisle or... the party aisle? No, it's not that. It's definitely not that. I don't know if there's some kind of point of no return in the game. Does it just end, or can you continue on and do like the add-on quests? I don't know. I guess I'll find out in a minute. Right, so we need to head to the burial aisle. In order to do that, we need to first of all go to Old Song. Because then I think there's a way to get there from here. We managed to do a few upgrades as well to Kidnua. I still need to do that underground quest and get rid of the master below, whoever he is. But to do that, I need to level up my mechanics skills so that we can unlock those random doors we found. There is a room with like spikes sticking out of the floor, but we'll die pretty fast if we try and go there. And anyway, the door at the other side of it is impassable because we don't have the mechanics skill to pass it. Get some blood moss, not that we've had to make anything, or I haven't at least. Maybe I should be crafting things. But I haven't. I've managed to do okay without having to do that at the moment. Camping's not allowed here. It's not a campground. What's that? Nothing. Nothing we can touch or see or feel. However, this is the way to the burial aisle. This is the way to find Thaos. And to decide whether we give everyone back their souls or scatter them to the four winds or use them. Those are our options, I believe. I don't know what I want to do yet. I feel like someone made a good point of thinking giving them their souls back, they might be pretty damaged. So I don't know. So we need to find the Court of the Penitents. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Who's this?
Do you remember when we were children?
It's this woman
When
again.
the missionaries came to tell us about the gods. They told us we could see them in the stars.
Did they? Very good.
And we snuck out one night and climbed the watchtower in the old fort because we thought we could see them better from up there. That fort burned down a few years ago.
Oh,
when
nasty.
we cast the missionaries out.
That's not so good.
It was the missionaries who set fire to it. They didn't want us to be able to use it.
Oh, missionaries that wanted to destroy anything of any hint of your past. They'll do a lot worse if they ever return. They're all Inquisitors now. Strange to think they're the same people underneath. But I suppose you would know. This is your home as much as it is mine. Do you worry about it? Our being here puts Kratom at risk. I wish I could say I thought otherwise, but hearing someone else say it helps settle some things in my mind.
I miscalculated many
Well, now she's
things
talking.
since this began. I'm relieved you weren't one of them. It's a good thing we didn't hang you.
Well, thanks. I'm so glad. Well, I am,
I always
obviously.
knew this path would have consequences, but I never wanted to see Kratom suffer on my behalf. I don't think I can stay here any longer. I am told the
They're
Inquisition
gathering
is
an army
gathering an
to what, take you
They
down?
have sent messengers to bargain with rulers from distant lands. Kratom is not built to withstand a siege.
So it's not going to last
War
then.
is coming. I should be doing what Thaos is doing. I will need allies.
Well, you see, the trouble with
Allies
Thaos
with
is, even if
strongholds
you
that
kill
can
him, he'll be
resist an
back.
invading army.
Have you thought about Oceanus?
Oceanus.
Oceanus,
They
okay.
have held off many would-be invaders, and their king has no love of the Inquisition's faith. I wonder, would he listen?
Only one way to find out. That would be to ask, right? Oh, we got something else here. What's that? Got like souls coming to us? Are these the ones that the gods said they would send to help? Oh, we've got some fights here. What is this thing? A spectre. Let's go and attack this feral druid instead. Now that one. And we've got a couple of these shadows that are shades or whatever they are that we're not overly concerned about. They're not usually very difficult to defeat. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's more coming. And now that one.
No problem.
So there's going to be a lot of these guys, these things here, aren't there? Oh, and now another one. It's a Kingula? Gula? I don't know. It's one of those. And it's dead. What more need we ask? Okay, what have we got on the map here? Burial grounds. See, I don't know where we need to go. I'll do the Court of the Penitent, it said. I don't know where that is. If we walk around a bit and then look at the map, it'll show up as an area that we can go to. Not much up here. In the grotto of something or other. That I can't actually see. What did it say? Echoes. The Grotto of Echoes. That's not what we're looking for. Maybe because there's souls over here. So maybe we found the right way. These souls are leading us to it. Oh, we got another shade. Oh, he just vanished. Is he gone? Are you sure? Okay, so let's see what's over here. This is something. Pyres or something around here, and people strapped to them. But that's not what we're looking for either. So what's this way? More souls, which again makes me think we might be going the right way. But not that way. Down there I can see some enemies. So we'll give them a try. I'm here. Come and get me. Okay, so they're not gonna rush me. Or at least that one isn't. Now that one. I think we got them all. They gave us some logs. Well, what is this place? A blocked passage. You venture through a doorway into an underground tunnel. A staircase coils upwards, leading to a dim passage. We lost a pry bar. Light breaks in the tunnel up ahead, growing brighter as we continue. Soon we end up high on the cliffside of the Burial Isle. Okay. We'll see where this takes us then. We've got to fight all this stuff first. Oh, that's quite bad actually. Some people might be in trouble here if we're not careful. Especially as we don't seem to be doing any damage to anyone. If we clear these out of the way, we might get on a bit better. Some of my people are in some danger here at the moment. Come on, take them. And they also do that weird exploding thing whenever you kill them. I might have to rest here in a minute. Because they're doing a decent amount of damage to Aloth. I think we're going to have to. Also boost our damage reduction there.
Hey! You gotta stop it with that.
Oh!
Just about punched you to snap you out of it. You're saying things, but they weren't any words I ever heard.
What would it do without a friend to punch me?
You're twitchy these days. Reminds me of Mayor.
Well, we're reminding him of Mirwald. Now, also, something was finished. A building was finished while we were there. The curio shop. There's not an awful lot left for me to upgrade. Let's do the Artificer's Hall. Did that get started or what? Yeah, there we go. Finished in 2 days. We also got actions. A Place of Great Silence. I'm gonna let her go, just because it's someone different. There's an Animancer there that wants to meet me, but I'm kind of busy right now. So, if it doesn't take more than 7 in-game days to do this... I don't want to go up those stairs yet. Because I kind of want to see what's up here. So my cat decided to scout ahead. What's that? There's a body there. I'm just going to rob it of all of its goods. Okay, I'm not... Oh, great. Just stay here until they come closer. That didn't really help me that much, to be honest. That big thing died pretty fast, though. Take this down, you're surrounding it. That one. The other one's dead. It was destroyed. Torn to pieces. Not an awful lot to get from them, but... So there's some stairs down here that we could have taken to get up here as well. If we wanted. More bodies on raised platforms. I don't feel like I should be robbing these bodies. Oh, that sounds interesting. We'll take it. There's a weapon on that one. Okay, so this is obviously this is the burial ground, and we're busy robbing bodies on it. I don't know if that's really the best thing we could be doing. There we go, we've got some more souls there. So I assume these are the souls that the gods have given us to assist. So a cool statue. That's an awesome statue. Now, what is this place? Someone's here.
Another turn, Inquisitor.
Okay, he's turning a crank. She's being attacked. Punished, maybe.
I ask again, Jovara Exensios, do you confess to these heresies of which you stand accused?
And she's not saying anything.
Do you confess to apostasy?
Oops.
I confess to renouncing a mistake.
Yeah, you said the words I confess. He doesn't care what the rest of the words were.
Do you confess to conspiracy against the one true faith?
That depends. Can you prove it's the one true faith?
I confess to opening minds.
Do you confess to false prophecy?
I confess to following a false prophet.
You've just, you know, kind of given up your life there, haven't you?
We find this heretic.
He wears the robes of a Grand Inquisitor.
Thaos.
You have no followers here, heretic. Your lies hold no sway in the court of the penitent.
See, he's just not going to listen, and obviously
Only my truth, then.
they're just going to get rid of her.
Another turn.
No! Wait! Wait!
What, now she's ready to say
ready.
that she was
I'm ready.
wrong?
You are ready to give a confession?
She's
I'm
ready to hear one from him, that's
To
good.
hear one from you.
Obviously, he's not going to confess anything. And he got rid of her.
Looks like a long way down.
Certainly does. Says we've got to leap into the pit. Great pit lies in the shadow of the statue of Boudica. No light from the surface reaches the bottom, but even so you catch flickers of a ghostly glow in the depths. A wind from the pit buffets you. It isn't cold, but it raises goose flesh along your arms. The wind carries a whisper, low and sibilant. As you look into the pit, souls gather around you. They encase you in a cloud of essence that swirls around your body while you consider your next move. My next move is jump in. We don't have any choice. We just have to jump in. The drop takes your breath away, but the souls catch you, encasing you in a shining, thrumming aura. But while they slow your descent, you can still feel that you're falling faster than you should. The essence flowing around you is strong but chaotic. You find yourself drifting toward the wall. The wall! The wall! Can't do any of these other things. Reach for a companion. A companion pulled me away from the wall, just as I felt my toe graze something. If you're falling at like a really high speed, and your toe grazes a stone wall, I'm pretty sure it's going to feel a lot worse than just a little graze. You manage to spread your arms and legs into an X, steadying your position and the rate of your descent. What is this? You know, Grand Theft Auto, where you can like, oh, I'll slow myself down. I suppose you can in free fall, but Aloth plummets feeling and out of control. You could attempt to rescue, but the ground is approaching fast. It'll take a feat of speed and agility to avoid injury. I think we could try. Ground's rising fast. You're not quite fast enough. You snatch him out of free fall, but you're unable to gain control over your own momentum. You take the brunt of the impact, landing hard against the millennia-old stones of the Court of the Penitents. So no doubt we'll be in some pain when we get down here. So this is the Court of the Penitents. That's Boudica there. And two guys. I don't know what they are. They've got crazy horned helmets on, like antlers. Actually, they're more like ram's horns. Oh, we're on to the next act.
After what seems like an eternity, your rapid descent comes to an
Probably means that some quests have been failed.
Remain still for a moment while your heart settles and your eyes adjust, breathing in stale, forgotten air. Before you, a narrow and eroded walkway becomes
Let's listen.
visible in the dim light, cutting a winding path through a cavern so expansive it seems a world unto itself. In the distance, you can make out the cold gleam of living Adra veins that spike and fork in and out of view from the murky depths beneath. Their glow a faint and fleeting guide along the ancient trail. You look above at the opening you jumped through, now barely a speck of light like some distant star alone in the cosmos.
To move my cable because I keep pulling it, which is obviously probably making some noise on the mic. Okay, so we've reached the next part of the game.
That went better than I expected.
Think I dislocated my...
When? Okay, yeah.
That's better.
Everyone all right? No shattered knees? Good. Just me then.
Quite right.
That was bracing.
Right, so at this stage... I just got a trap on me. Oh, this is going to be annoying. What's that? It's like a Millennium's worth of dust fills in the cracks and crevices of the skeletal relief. We're obviously going to set off more traps walking up here. Well, maybe not. Maybe we're just at the entrance. We've got some enemies to fight. He's dead before we even got to him. And again. Kill that one. Kill the big ones. And now that one. Seems like if you kill the bigger ones, it gets rid of some stuff. So what's this in front of us? A pillar tugging at my essence. Pulse from the world itself moves through it. Okay, it's all just going to be that stuff, spectral essence. So there's some paths shooting off to the sides. Let's see where these go. Oh, we've got an enemy, or two, or maybe more. I mean, I don't know. That's a bigger one though. The sooner we can take them out, the better. Did that one just recover health? But you know what? We need to clear that one because it's blocking the way for the others. Uh-oh, who's trapped? Someone's trapped. Right, now that we got rid of that one... Why are they unable to get down here? Go, come on, take them out. Now that one. We're okay, we've not taken much damage though. Guess our damage reduction must be good enough that they can't really do much to us. There we go. Ancient Adra with the impression of 1,000 souls. I should have sold a load of stuff. Wow, that did a lot of damage. I'm gonna have to see if it recovers all my health. How far up do we get? There's no point resting yet. We're still pretty far away from requiring rest. Or Adra. The weapons they use aren't particularly strong. So yeah, okay, that took us to a little chamber there with a Soul Guardian pillar. I don't know how those will figure into things later on, but they seem to have a real problem getting past these people. I mean, they're obviously, a lot of them are at range, so I think having like so many that fight at range and so many that fight close up, we got a pretty balanced kind of team there. Okay, so we got 3 paths to the side of us. Let's go to this one, since we're at it right now. Here we go, more enemies, and it seems like killing these ones is the way to go forward. Seems like that kind of cuts things down a little bit. Plus they do more damage anyway, I think, as well. There we go. For some reason it pauses it when shadows have low endurance. I don't really know why. Okay. We're good. Nobody's leveled up or anything, but we're good for now. What is this? Another one of these pillars filled with souls, I guess. Yeah. Adra pillars filled with souls. Another Soul Guardian pillar up here, and more enemies. Get him. Don't give him a chance to do anything. Wow, that was quite nasty. We've got creatures launching magical attacks that are doing some serious damage.
This thing isn't doing the job.
I killed it, and I almost killed it, and then its health all recovered. Kill that thing. I think they're the biggest problem. This one. It seems like something was healing them. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but it seemed to me something was healing these big guys. I gotta be careful here. Yeah, something's healing them, so we need to get rid of all the others first. This guy here is the one that's doing it, I think. Need to be careful though, because it's reducing the health on at least one of my characters quite heavily. That one too, because I think they're healing them. Now this one. Gotta be careful, I'm getting close to death with one character. Now that one. Last one to kill. I think we might have to rest after this. Oh no, maybe not. I was going to say we might have to rest after this, but I don't actually think we will. A load of stuff that we can make use of, I'm sure. Mostly for selling. Right, this is going to set off another trap, isn't it? Do you know what? Let him just go on his own.
This won't stop me for long.
No, I need someone to unlock it.
This won't stop me for
Nah, the difficulty of the lock's too high. I'm thinking this takes me back to the other path. Okay. Gonna be more fights. It's another one of these big pillars. But this one's got something going on. Oh, there's a stone tablet of some kind there. And a conversation with a ghost. With Yuvara. The column of Adra rises above me, stoic and silent, its ridged layers a measuring stick for the passing of ages. It feels to you as a thick block of ice, and you perceive buried deep in its core a dim, flickering flame, all but extinguished, yet preserved against the ravages of the elements. At your approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength, and the layers separating it from you melt away, and you're bathed in its glow, a bright beacon in the gloom. The glow seems to fade as though you'd adjusted to its intensity, and where it was, Yuvara seeps into existence, an Aedolic shade, hovering above the moist prison floor. Yeah. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you now. A slight stoop to her carriage, perhaps or a trace of sunkenness in her eyes. There's a broad scar across her face, fibrous and wormy, where flames once lapped, unhealed even in death.
Hello, old friend. The ages have been kind to you, I hope. You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
I'm here to free you.
Gesture, if a bit misguided. And yet I suspect there is more to this than you have said. I can only guess your presence here has something to do with
Yep.
Thaos.
It is
The
Thaos.
energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now.
So souls that don't come by choice. Thaos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Woodica and to blame Animancy for the damage.
For all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Thaos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
Something about that time my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life, of you, of the Inquisition, of Thaos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck.
Yeah.
So it always was. He had inspired something in you.
Oh,
We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial.
he was agitated.
Agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that? Her mouth tightens and her brow furrows, a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of mine, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
I'd dreaded the idea from the moment the Delimgon suggested it.
It feels like a relief.
Almost feels like a relief. She's not serious.
But that's not... Is that the truth we've come for? That even the gods are...
So how did we speak to them?
That doesn't seem possible.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Well, they needed something, so they created it in their kind of... their writings and their culture, I guess. Who created them?
They were conceived by Engwith,
Mm-hmm.
a society of high minds.
Of course, we were talking about the Engwithans, yeah.
Thaos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it.
Yeah, they do.
After a few wars of their own, the Engwithans sought
About their own creation and
devoted all their
how they
energy
interpret
to
what it
finding
wants,
the true creators.
I guess.
Generation after generation, they prodded.
And is anyone
and
right?
investigated
Nobody
the
knows.
world And unlocked its secrets.
That's the worst of it, isn't it? Nobody really knows.
They found an answer.
Who's right?
Except
Maybe
the
they're all
answer
wrong.
was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover
So there you
this
go,
now,
they're
how long until others would?
gods created by
How long before war and chaos
very
reigned
intelligent
over a world
beings.
without consequence?
Was it aliens?
They
Ancient
tested
aliens?
Many things in their pursuit of these answers.
I have to ask that guy with that
Their
TV show.
mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
So that's why you started your
I
own.
never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call
Is
it
it?
that.
Well, it's not really.
Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became.
If they didn't want to see, and they didn't want to know,
that I
as we know has happened in history,
for a time.
they can be
The
quite
truth
violent.
sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed. That I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same, and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
They're going, hey, look, no, he did that by putting his little finger behind his back and twisting it sideways. No, I don't
The
know.
Engwithan missionaries all
Basically,
but they
telling
meant
people that there are rational explanations
They
for
meant it to be
things, I
side by
guess.
side with them. And in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed.
So some ancient Engwithans
Stone
are
on the door thin.
hiding out somewhere telling everyone what to do.
I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Okay. Later on, after I left the Order, a few Engwithans found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know. And is what you taught true?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Thaos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did.
I guess so.
Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
True. Yavara scans her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member in turn, finding interest in things unseen.
What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
That's
It's
not...
possible.
That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power
Has he?
of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not.
That's understandable.
What if you have always been alone, without guidance?
Well, as poorly as I've chosen my guides, I suppose it would be a comfort to know that I'm free of them.
She's talking to all of them.
Freedom has always been. It was the guidance that was the illusion. If all our common threads are spun from a lie, what's left
to bind us?
Together?
Don't look to me. Perhaps nothing binds us.
Perhaps nothing.
Rauatai tears itself in two, clutching after truth. And I
He didn't want to know the real truth, did he?
sated my hunger for truth in the halls of the Lore College.
What if our burdens come to us not because they are meant to be, but because they happen to be?
We fulfill them
Yeah.
anyway, because they still matter to the people around us, even if we know better.
Yes. What if we can be assured of nothing? That the only value's in the things we create.
There's bliss to be found in the things we create.
And sorrow, yeah.
Sorrow as well. Every creation bears the
Well, of course.
imperfections of its creator, and its creator's creator. Art and song are creations, but so are weapons and lies.
Very
We
true.
must be careful that our creations do not consume us. I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful.
Do we owe ourselves a
not
chance
even
to
God
find our
can
part
see.
in the truth?
Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
We do, yeah, even without
That is
assurances.
truly
There's still
what you
truth.
believe. Then you are a far different person than the one I knew. I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have
Wait, is she just destroyed
There's
inside?
one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand. I need
What's
to
that?
know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember?
Well, no, I don't, because it wasn't me. I guess that.
I never wanted that. I had hoped that
'Cause
by
really,
talking
that-
would
deep
place you
down,
in
that would have been the
something
reason.
that made you stronger.
Because, you know, when you're
Never did.
taught to believe something like that so deeply, it gets destroyed. Did my opinion matter so much?
Friend. You were the only person I trusted. I always believed in your judgment. Never
But why? He
have I
never
been so
believed you.
confident in my beliefs as the day you arrived in my camp. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
See, but you're never going to be able to, as he says, you're not going to be able to convince everyone.
I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much
Maybe.
importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer, even knowing what you've told me. Some part of me knows it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't answer it, not really.
to know. Nor
Will there ever be an answer?
contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicions, and that will have to do. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made?
See the world differently, I regret what I
You've
did.
always had my forgiveness, no matter your reason. There are circumstances behind that reason we all share.
Fair.
Know that.
She's a fair
It is
person,
the
isn't she?
with spite in one's heart. And
Maybe she's just
those
happy.
lies might be the source of your soul's anguish.
Steps to the wheel.
Now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter.
Hmm.
You have put it behind you. It is with Thaos that your agony lies.
Sun and shadow.
Sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Thaos himself will satisfy you. Yet
It's
there
interesting
is
because
something I
everything's
can
obviously
tell you that would be of use.
Based around a
Perhaps I can show
backstory.
you.
What we're doing is we're playing as somebody who's kind of following in the footsteps of someone from the past, I guess, or various people. What is Sun and Shadow? I could tell you what I believe, but again, it would be no proof. I've only what I've seen and what others have told me. There is only one man who can tell you now, who knows it to be a certainty, and you shall face him soon enough. I'll leave you to see it for yourself. How do you speak Aedaran? I speak no language now but the wordless expressions of the spirit. It's through my connection to you that I'm able to draw upon your words. Do you know what it is I need from Thaos?
For sure. But you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads.
Came at a crossroads in my life.
When much of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there.
Maybe.
Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into doubt.
Oh, did it?
His words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation.
Perhaps.
From the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, it may be something he told you
Maybe.
or refused to tell you. He keeps secrets better than any in this world.
Why did he do
He
it?
cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. He
It's probably his
destroys anyone
soul.
who might discover it,
Or
no
something
matter
that
which
makes his
one.
soul return intact.
That's why he's always favored Woodica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's
All
her
right.
disregard for the rules.
He's a rule breaker.
Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Thaos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to
And that's what he
conspire.
does. He builds a
Where
kind of
her
conspiracy
power
with her.
lies, she does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. And she wants that secret guarded as much
So,
as he.
yeah, it's something that's at the core of their relationship.
If Thaos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods.
Yeah, and we can't allow
Woodica
that.
was vanquished once, when the other gods decided she had gone too far, and her power diminished. With this infusion, there is no telling what she will
Yeah,
do.
it's very dangerous.
The
We
only
don't want her in
certainty is
charge.
that there will be chaos in their realm, as well as ours.
So how do I get him to tell me what I need to know?
You will not find a more resolute being on all of Aeora. There is no
Yeah,
offer you could
there's
make,
nothing we can give him.
nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat.
Looks like I have to ask
when he
that
can
question.
No longer defend himself. You might learn something from him.
Maybe. So are you bound here till the end of time?
This is Braeth Yamen, the court of the penitents.
Yeah.
Souls are confined here until
I knew
they
that.
repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them.
Which she's never going to do
Live from this
because
place to the
she's...
world above. In truth, they
Hmm.
receive leniency, but not true mercy.
No.
The spite of Woodica is
Can't leave the island. They're stuck.
They linger above, at the side of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island. for
Which
a
isn't...
cycle.
Which isn't particularly helpful, is it?
This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition. But time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here.
Yes.
Cry out for the judgment of Thaos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then.
They aid me because they want Thaos destroyed.
They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes.
Yeah.
Engwith built gods from ideas.
I thought that was probably the case as well. You know, because they said, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do it this way, that way, every other way.
But these souls, these forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers.
Why don't you repent? I'm not going to ask her
They will
that.
be with you to the very end.
Let me ask you about something else. It's time for me to hunt Thaos.
If you do not catch up to him now, you may
Yeah.
never find him again.
You also give me soul. Well, that's a good point. Help me strike the final blow.
If I repent, all I have done has meant.
And that's fair. Your defiance here's an illusion. What are you suggesting? I can disintegrate your soul, make you cease to exist. Should be no different than the other souls.
It was good
I
to
respect
see
your
you
wishes.
One last time, old friend. I thought I'd seen my last friendly face long ago. If ever we should meet again, in this
She hopes to
life,
find me at peace.
I hope to find you at peace.
Thanks. Where do we have to go now then? 'Cause it seems to me we've cleared out that whole area. Oh wait, there's some stairs. Where are those stairs? round here. Some camp supplies.
It's true.
And some money.
The gods are a sham that people have followed for thousands of years.
Apparently so. Not much we can do about that now, is there? Sun and Shadow, here we go. I don't know if this is the final battle, if we're able to do anything after the battle, if we'll even manage to beat Thaos. Only way to find out is to give it a try. Of course, I might be woefully underleveled, in which case we'll have to leave and come back later. But this is Sun and Shadow. It's not a particularly big place, and we can see where we're going right there. Oh, I don't think...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we note a rather sharp drop somewhere around here?
A sharp drop. Better be careful then, especially as we can't see anything. Walk of Souls. So what's this then? Oh, we're doing something. Does this clear this mist? Oh, it does, look. The mist is gone. Bang, and the mist is gone. Or something. And they're spreading out all over this place to light it up for us. Nice. So now we can see what's around us.
Full of surprises, aren't you?
Apparently so. It's huge.
A city to put all others to shame
What's up here?
and long lost.
Can you do that again?
A long lost city.
I missed most of it.
What is this place?
Don't get far like this.
A lot of dead people. Oh, we got some souls down here though, some spirits, an Engwithan Shade. Something tells me they're going to be a little more difficult to fight than the other ones. Unless I was completely wrong about that, because it certainly looks that way. Okay. They're not difficult. I feel like maybe though there's some sort of false sense of security about this. Like we'll get to Thaos and he'll be indestructible or something. This is the Guardian's Dome. Dead dragon. What do we... Oh. Can we read... Can we see that? No, apparently not. Okay. Oh, there's another light source. Maybe we need to do this, you know, fix all the lights up. Let's see. Clear all these areas. Oh look, we found an enemy when we did that. There's a dragon type thing up there, some sort of spiritual drake or something. A shadow drake, okay, yeah. Get it. Kill it. Kill them. Because they're going to be a bigger problem up close, I think. Kill it. Now that one. And now this. Because now we've got it.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Did it. Oh, we got some level ups. There we go. Let's level him up. Oh, you can't see his head again. Right, so he's a monk, and I felt like we wanted to, yeah. Only 4 points. Well, give me that as well then. What do we want to give him here? Prestidigitator's missiles. I don't think that's going to be that useful, to be honest. What else have we got? Some utility skills, defensive skills. Let's do that. I feel like that could be useful. Get back to it. There we go. Okay, so this is the Guardian's Dome.
Don't get far like this.
Which is one area we've cleared. There's a few more areas like this, aren't there? I feel like that's going to be... Ah, here we go. More mist. Don't know if we want to go that way just yet. Let's go the other way. See what's down here. Aha! Another one of these to light up and clear the way. Whatever this black smoke is. And we've got a fight again, obviously. Get that one. No dragons again this time, are there? Yeah, there's another one. Oh my goodness, it's done a lot more damage. Get that thing, because it's going to be seriously bad. Kill the Shadow Drake, quickly. Come on, we have to get rid of it, because it's dangerous. I'm going to have to rest after this battle, I think. That's it, the dragon's dead. I'm gonna have to rest before we go anywhere near any more battles. There we go. Let's rest. We're out of combat now. There we go. Do we want damage reduction or... I feel like that's an accuracy bonus rather than a... Yeah. I know, do you know, damage reduction is probably the best option for him, actually. No, let's put that back to damage reduction for now. Okay, we're a bit more healed. There's a door there that's going to take us somewhere. Don't know if I want to go through that just yet. I want to see what's down here first. There's another chamber of some kind. Oh no, we can't go down there. Apparently. I feel like there's a place off over there to the bottom right hand corner that we need to take a look at before we try this door. There's another door up there too, next to the Guardian's Dome. What does this say? We can jump across there? Do we want to try that? Let's save the game in case we lose somebody. Not that we've ever lost anybody in any of these so far. But I'll maybe save my game just to be on the safe side, you understand? You can never be too careful. We made it. Okay, but do we have to do it again? I feel like that was totally pointless. Because it doesn't actually get us anywhere. Now we've got to jump back. We're safe. Okay. So there's two doors we can go through here. Because this Guardian's Dome. And there's a door there, but I don't know if we can actually get through that. Maybe it's not a door, it just looks like a door. Yeah, okay, so there's actually not anything we can do there. So the only place that looks interesting is the door at the other side of here. What's this place? Nothing. I don't know if there's an area there we haven't cleared. All I can hear in this place is like whispering noises. In we go, let's proceed through Sun and Shadow. And see what this room is. See what we have to fight in here. If it's just Thaos, then that's fine, but... That would be the question, wouldn't it?
Won't get far like this.
Okay, so I can't cross there. Oh, I see. You need to get all the way to that machine. And it doesn't look like we can get there that way. So I guess we're going round the other way. Until we find in some sort of obvious crossing point. Well,
Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the
that's Thaos, isn't it? Oh, we can't actually talk to him.
Won't get far like this.
Or attack him either. He's talking
I'm
again.
trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well.
Loyalty to the gods, he says.
I'm not going anywhere like this.
I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
Ah, so that's the way to the next area. Where again we'll have to walk round in a circle.
This is a missionary, same as I was. Taught the wrong things as I was.
Sorry, I just need to check something because my sound's kind of crackling there, cracking up a bit. Just want to make sure it's right. Okay. What's next?
Oceanus. They have held off many would-be invaders.
Need a new adapter for my controller, for my headphones.
You are ready to give a confession?
I'm ready to
Oh, we
hear
saw that
one
already.
from you.
This takes us to the middle. To the center. Let's see if he's here. Well, we leveled up. Like almost all of us leveled up. So let's boost that while we can. Ah, I need so much in mechanics. I have to leave it because I don't want to waste it on anything else. No, don't want that. Okay. So we can do that, and your endurance will bring you back to life if you die. I mean, that seems to me to be a good option. So that's one of us leveled up. Get to pick some spells for him. 6 points. I'm going to just do that to him because he seems to fail at every one of those little tests that we do, or almost fail at least. So we can do some level 6 spells now. Minilet is precisely piercing burst. He hasn't got an attack like that. That could be useful. Petrification. Death ring. Oh hey, that sounds good. But what else is there? Chain lightning. Oh, chain lightning. At this stage, there's quite a lot of options available to him. I hate to think what's available at level 7 and 8. Arcane Reflection. So at the moment I'm stuck between Chain Lightning, Death Ring, and Minilet. What was that actually? And Minilet is precisely Piercing Burst. I can't go to look at what the level 7 options are. I think I'm going to choose that. Or I can choose 2. Well, maybe I'll go for a... Can I change to... I just want to see what there is in this. Oh, we'll take that one as well. Can also do a spell mastery. I'm going to give him that one. Because I feel like that could be quite helpful for him. Okay, now we're going to have to level up Eder. There's not much I can level up with him right now. Because Because I don't really think he needs any of those particular options. Well, let's put him up to that. And probably vigorous defense. I'm not sure that's a great idea, but it's an idea nonetheless. Okay, so his main kind of focus is lore. I'm going to give him a survival boost. Okay, so Silver Knight shields broke both arrow and blade. Increases the deflection of allies. Hazard field, causing burn and slash damage to enemies. And bonus to freezing. I'm going to take this. That'll do. And also one more. Her skills are really in survival. So I feel we will boost that. Play dead, the animal companion appears dead and regains endurance. That could be useful. Most of this is all that. A boost in the dog's predatory, well, dog, fox, whatever it is. A boost in his predatory abilities. Right, so I'm going to save my game now. After we've leveled up. That way we're leveled up, I don't have to go through that all again. And continue on. Because there's not much for us to see here. So this is another one of those Engwithan machines. And there he is, look. You've come to a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below like a ragged spike, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they're all questions. At the base of the pillar stands Thaos, a look of concern on his face as he notes your approach. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all others, spinning madly in your mind, but you don't dare ask it yet. You need some admission from him first, some hint of the veracity of your suspicions.
You are far from your post, Inquisitor. What brings you here?
Was Iovara telling the truth?
That woman sought only to destroy the foundations of peace and civility that my people sacrificed everything to build.
And what's that machine for?
It has many uses, but its purpose is to bring structure to the chaos that surrounds it.
What is this place?
We are in a sanctum holy to Utica. There are others like it.
Of course it is.
The other gods. I come here often to pray for her counsel, and in this space I may be assured that she hears me.
Right, and who are the statues of?
They are monuments.
Utica's greatest servants.
Among my people. I hope to join them myself one day, but my work is not yet complete.
And is the Inquisition a lie?
The Inquisition was based on the need to cut
so it was.
flesh from a rotting wound.
You're shaking now, having lost all patience for tact. No more evasions. You have to know everything you believed, everything you've done for the gods. Did you lie to me when you said they could end suffering? He says nothing. Are there no gods? His face remains a mask of impassivity.
A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked? Something men can turn to in their darkest moments when their days seem only like bridges from one tragedy to the next.
Yeah.
Our gods are all these things.
With his every word, I found myself losing control of a boiling cauldron of rage and doubt and fear and hopelessness, until I can take it no more. Are there no gods?
We are in a sacred place within earshot of the gods themselves. This is not the time. We've been through much these past few months. You will return home and you will rest. When you feel you have
I'm not joining you.
may rejoin us at the trials. The Inquisition is far from over, and I will have need of you. There are many who continue to spread the lies of the apostate. The Inquisition will not end until we have pronounced judgment on all of them.
His eyes linger on me, and there's no mistaking the threat behind it. And my rage shrinks at the image of an iron wheel in my mind, monolithic and caked with the dried blood of thousands. I do not ask my question again. Can we kill him? Is that him? is, isn't it? He has to
How did
go.
you find it?
I'm not here to talk.
Your servant.
So he's asking for aid, which means we're going to be attacked by more than just him. I can't be bothered talking to him anymore. He talks nonsense. Ooh. He knocked us all down. And he's going to bring these statues to life, isn't he? Of course he is. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? Get up. I don't think I can win this fight, I'll be honest. I don't know, actually. Look how quickly his health's gone. Ah, there we go. He's gone into that thing. These are a bit tougher. I need to be careful here, because these are quite tough. Kill it. Kill it. There we go. Is he going to come out of his body now? Kill him again. Take him down while you got the chance. Oh, some of them are in danger. I need to kill him. I need to be able to stop him before... He's going to move into that one. Now we need to attack that one. The trouble is, we're all quite low on health now. Aloth's dead. That removes his spells as a thing we can actually make use of. At least we've got someone healing us. Come on. Kill it. He has no friends now. Or does he? I think it was that explosion before that did it, you know? Kill him. Kill him. It's okay, he's low endurance, but he's not dead. Kill him. Why are you not all attacking? He's got nowhere to put his body now. His soul, should I say. Just keep killing him. Got him. Got him. Let your feet rest the body of Thaos hollow, the dense wrinkles shaped by the silent shouldering of an internal burden now smoothed across his colour-drained face. His soul remains still for the moment, defenceless, its energy expended in defeat. It lies sprawled across his body like a death shroud.
All those lifetimes spent to preserve a single vital secret. I can't imagine having that much certainty.
After journeying for lifetimes, I can't imagine his failure, knowing it was all for nothing.
He was good at serving his god, I give him that. He should have picked a better one.
Damn right.
All those lives. And at the end of them, he was no better than...
Be careful, if we explore his soul, he might try to take us over.
A pity you would ever have to face that realization again.
Well, let's explore his soul then. With a deep breath I plunge into his soul, and where in Brackenbury it had been a maze of narrow corridors and dead ends, now it's expansive and borderless, its walls crumbling into heaps like the ruins of Engwith as I pass through them. I travel for what seems like ages, rushing to a known destination, a memory I had glimpsed once before. Alas, to see it, no more than a pinprick of light at the end of a long tunnel, expanding slowly at first, then quickly as I near. We come out in a room that we're standing in now, but it's new and pristine and filled with people, thousands of them, all turned towards the great Adra pillar and the machine that encases it. Thaos stands at the machine, and you're one with him now. You look out at the crowd, at faces of shrivelled old men and cherub-cheeked little girls, at mothers bouncing infants to quiet them and fathers clasping their children's restless hands, and watching me with sombre acceptance. A woman with tears in her eyes gives me a small nod. We turn back toward the machine, our breaths constricted beneath the weight of unwanted knowledge, preparing myself to set out alone on a journey without end. We close our eyes and open them again to find the machine still in front of us, beckoning. I take my place in front of it and place my hands upon a large mechanical disc at the base of the great crystal column, and speak a single word. Giant rings creak to life, building speed, setting arrays of carved draconic mouths aglow, and sending tremors through the platform beneath. The entire room shakes now with the force of the accelerating machine, all sound drowned out by its deep, deafening thrum. Brilliant tendrils of light are outward from the pillar in all directions. That's arc, not R. And we look over our shoulder to see them engulfing the crowd, burning them brightly like hot iron. One by one the tendrils disappear, leaving ashen effigies where people once stood, many of them disintegrating into grey heaps under the stress of the tremors. We look above to the Adra pillar, and a glowing spherical mass has begun to coalesce atop the column where the arcs converge. It grows and pulses, translucent and bulbous, like some immense chrysalis, suspended in slow rotation as though it were being spun from the arcs of light. When the last arc disappears, the spectral mass hangs a moment, no longer rotating, so bright we must shield our eyes with an outstretched hand, and it seems to me as though it's looking at me. I bow my head in acknowledgement and look back up to see it melt into the pillar like warm candle wax. The pillar flares with a flash of light, bright as the sun itself, then fades to darkness. The machine slows down to an abrupt halt, and when the last echo of its grinding cogs has passed, the chamber's still, and I'm alone. From all sides, reality begins to bleed in through the memory, and I find myself in my own skin once more, looking down on Thaos' lifeless body. I sense a listlessness to his soul, an overwhelming fatigue that hinders its immediate escape, and makes it vulnerable to manipulation. I feel as though my victory has given some kind of hold over it, and I'm able to do with it as I please. What can we see? Tear his soul apart. I don't know, want to do that. Tear his soul apart. I do not envy you. Banish him to Braith Aemon. There can be no forgiveness for your deeds, only justice. Yeah, we're doing that. I regard his soul still unsubdued, and my pronouncement seems to empower my spirit. My will seems to me now a thick chain, and I wind it around Thaos, constraining all movement, eliminating any possible last means of resistance. I call to mind the eternal prison, the vast empty cavern and its cells of Adra, vacated by souls that chose to betray themselves in order to escape an infinite abyss of hopeless self-reflection. I choose a vacant pillar and pour my consciousness into it, creating a perfect, inescapable hollow with space for one. And now I gather up Thaos' soul and bear it to the pillar like some bodiless jailer, conjured by justice itself. I can feel its resistance now, the abject terror radiating from it, but my bindings will not be broken. When at last it's sealed away and I begin to recede back to my centre, I almost swear I hear a distant wordless cry for mercy. In the stillness that follows, a single word echoes through my mind. A word I spoke when I was one with Thaos in an ancient memory. I realise it's the word that activates the machine. So Thaos is gone. We've banished him from existence. Okay, I need to rest before I do anything else. Okay, what's up here then? So we have to go to this machine. As I approach the machine, the path underfoot changes to a cobbled road. If I hadn't experienced visions like this already in Ter Evron, I'd be tempted to believe the machine had sucked me into it and deposited me in the middle of nowhere. The sun blazes overhead, and on the rolling meadows and thick forests, could be anywhere in Durwood. A shrill cackle turns my head. This Woodica. Skane! Standing next to you is a malnourished man clad in a threadbare loincloth and manacles, his entire body striped with lash marks, and there are scarred pits where his nose and ears should be. He stinks of stale sweat and unwashed filth. I notice someone wandering down the road, but the figure's back is to me. The scarred slave has my attention for now.
You know something. Quiet servitude, Watcher. Groveling and simpering before the gods.
Let's see what they've got to say.
So that when they finally raise you to a place of power, you can seize what you desire. You have labored at the pleasure of others. That shriveled hag in Haunted House, those pompous dear wooden zealots, the wretched tribesmen playing out their fantasies of grandeur. And then you cowered and knelt before the gods.
I knelt before the gods today.
Making one paltry favor and receiving riddles and visions in response.
Yeah, pretty much. It's about what I expected, to be honest.
And now the gods give you orders and commands, even while you set out to fix what they cannot. Yet what have they offered you?
Not an awful lot. Given the breadth of the iron manacle, it's amazing he can raise his arm, but he does, and he points to the person walking the other way along the road.
The exiled queen is not a grateful creature.
Well, that's Woodica.
Finish the work Thaos began. Strengthen Woodica with these souls and allow her to become the most powerful of all the gods, with you as her favorite.
Why would she thank me now after I've defeated her servant? Loyal and weak, Thaos proved his inadequacy when he failed to anticipate you. A plan exposed is worse than none at all. But I've proven resourceful. I'm not going to help her. Safely hidden, yes, from the violent overlords who would cease to fear punishment in the next life. From the heavy-handed masters who would answer to no one. The world needs schemes, or the souls of Kith so pure that I would snap the threads that bind society. Recipient of Woodica's blessings has always had a place for mortals of particular merit. If you help her now, she'll become the most powerful of all the gods. I don't think so. I won't help you.
But when you're standing in front of a machine, considering the lifetimes and the powers that await you...
Oh, he thinks that I'll succumb to absolute power. Imagine if she was stronger. Yeah, exactly. Not a chance we're helping her. Here we go. So I guess this is the choice. As your companions bearing witness, you step to the place where Thaos once stood. The great machine lies in front of me, idle and ready. I've seen the machine and others like it in operation. As a watcher, it would be a simple matter to influence the direction of the souls. As big as the machine is, it may be the last thing I ever do. I'll activate the machine. So, do we send the souls back into the reincarnation cycle? Return the souls to the bodies they were intended for, bearing in mind that some of those bodies would be... I could strengthen existing souls. I'm going to give them to the bodies they were intended for. I know they could be damaged, but I feel like maybe some people with their children might get to enjoy a life with them. So I close my eyes and expand my perception outward, taking in the immense totality of the tens of thousands of souls orbiting the chamber. My grasp on the souls is tenuous, and I find myself fighting to keep them all within my influence. I can feel them slipping away as the machine gains speed. A brief moment comes when it feels as though I hold all of them at once, and their force is so great. It feels as though they will tear me apart. In that moment I dedicate my entire being to bending their orbit, channeling their flow in a new direction. Yeah, back to the bodies they were supposed to be in. Let's listen.
Became your instrument, spinning to life with deafening resonance and gathering up the swirling essence like
Is that it?
on a great spindle. There,
I feel like I didn't do the additional
the machine that set
stuff.
you on this path long ago. You summoned all your strength.
Because I know what happens at the beginning of the second game, and I won't give it away.
With a single concussive
Because we'll play that,
blast,
maybe not straight away, but at some point soon.
Tumbling to the ground, you freed the souls from their stasis. Exhausted, your consciousness slipping away.
And should I do the side
Your last
missions?
sight was of the machine, dark and dormant. Then your eyes closed, and sleep welcomed you at long last.
Okay, and
After
what
crouching
happens?
and searching for some time, you discovered the route Thaos used to enter Sun and Shadow, and embarked on a long and arduous ascent back to the surface. You emerged in Terra Evron after days of tunneling through the rubble Thaos had left behind.
Yeah.
And when you stepped into the daylight, you were faced with a different Deerwood than the one you had left. At your direction, the souls diverted by Thaos were guided back to the vessels originally meant for them. For the first time, Parents of Hollowborn
Yeah, see, we have,
cries of their
at the moment at
infants
least, helped
and looked
people.
into their eyes to see them staring
What
back.
happens later to these people, though?
People fell to their knees where they stood, thanking Helia or Margaret,
Short-term
or
gain,
even
maybe.
Aethys for their forgiveness of whatever guilt they felt they bore. But for all the relief that had come to some parents, others only found new grief. For many
Yeah.
thousands of Hollowborn had died during White One's legacy, many by their parents' own hands. For those children, there would be no homecoming.
Hylia's
The
splendor.
last Hollow birth was in the past now, and those parents willing to risk trying for a new child.
And all the others would be alive and well.
With twins. Many felt they saw Helia's hand in it, and the year would be remembered as the year of Helia's splendor.
That's not bad, is it?
Vale remained under the harsh rule of Lord Radric, who reigned unopposed after the death of his cousin Kolsch. He continued
Oh, so
to
he was
terrorize the
horrible.
people of Gilbert
So we should have killed him.
looking for
I knew it.
Aethys in their midst.
I knew it.
But to Radric, the sudden and unexpected end to Wydwin's legacy came as a sign of the
Okay,
success
so
and
after a
righteousness
while
of his
he
efforts.
became
In
better.
time, his own people came to believe it too. He relaxed his use of authority.
I mean, if he thinks he did it, whatever, you know.
And Gilded Vale began to
Does he realise it was happening everywhere?
luster.
Because it was.
Following the assassinations of Duke Avar Wolfgren and Lady Webb, Defiance Bay was thrown into political upheaval. In the ensuing
is just
weeks,
telling me the outcome of my
streets became the
choices.
domain of looters and blackguards. Few dared to step outside their own doors alone or unarmed. But once the dozens had regrouped in the wake of the riots, they quickly put an end to the criminal activity. They
What kind of
patrolled the
offenders?
streets in droves and administered their brand of law on any perceived offenders. This was not the erratic justice of the mob, however.
So they
The
became...
dozens had taken to heart the strengths of their
I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest.
and emerged as a far more organized,
I don't think...
disciplined force.
That's not something I
With the
like the
waning
sound
strength
of.
the other Defiance Bay powers, the leadership of the dozens took the opportunity to establish its own group as the dominant peacekeeping force in the city. The dozens would soon find themselves overwhelmed by the problems of a leaderless metropolis. But they found an uneasy new partner in the surviving
Yeah, so
forces of the
okay.
Crucible Knights.
They eventually
Who
allied
city's
themselves with the
infrastructure
Knights.
and were able to keep the worst of its problems under
Well,
control.
that's a bit better
The
then.
machine atop Ter Noaneth had been disabled. It had not seen its last use. Heritage Hill was rebuilt, and no sooner had the first families moved in to resettle the district than members of the Leaden Key,
We should have destroyed this
acting under
machine.
standing orders from their Grand Master, climbed the tower and reactivated the machine.
I knew it.
Initiates slew a handful of the new settlers under cover of night.
If I destroyed
And
it,
watched as
we'd be...
history repeated itself.
This would never happen.
Victims reanimating and devouring the survivors. After this second incident, the district would remain abandoned.
Because nobody knew how to turn the thing
This
off.
assassination at the apparent hands of an Animancer had caused catastrophic rioting in the streets of Defiance Bay, and few Animancers survived the first day. Many Deerwoodens took the end of
In the end,
Wydwin's
Animancers
side,
were
both that the gods did not approve
endangered by
of
what I did as well.
and that the purging of Animancers in Defiance
Then
Bay
again, there were a lot of them that did a lot of harm.
In time, their rage would subside, and a number of surviving Animancers remained in and around Defiance Bay, often
Because they didn't
taking
totally
to
understand what they were
practice their
doing.
science without repercussions. The town of
then
Deerwood
does
had seen
everyone?
the last of the cult of Scan. Dark rumors about the town's many curses quickly faded, and travelers soon returned.
Oh, we fixed up Durford though by the sound of
fortress
things.
of Cad Nua emerged as a bastion of security in the midst of an untamed land, becoming the envy of every Thane and Earl in Deerwood. Legend grew over time of its impregnability.
So I built it up well
and
enough that
stories
it
of former
was very well
invaders
defended.
easily scattered by the keep's defenses became popular around the hearths of Deerwoodenians. Adair chose not to return home. Still conflicted as to his role in the Saints' War and unsure of his place in the Deerwood, he took a ship to Adir and
Now
reunited
we
with
find
his
out about our
parents.
companions.
There, he resumed the quiet lifestyle he had grown accustomed to in his years as a farmer.
I didn't help any of them with their quests.
When the dust settled in sun and shadow, Aloth looked upon the remains of Thaos Ixarchanon, his former master. He saw where the Grand Master
I
had
hope he
gone
didn't
wrong
decide to
and what
do his
would be
work
required to
for him.
undo the harm Thaos had wrought. With a flick of his wrist, he burned Thaos's robe, headdress, and every other symbol of the man's power. Never again, he vowed, should Kith live in fear and
Oh no.
blind obedience to
He decided the lead and key were no longer required, or surplus to requirements, you might say.
courage he had gained on his journeys with the Watcher. He
So I did him some good.
the lonely task of dismantling the leaden key.
My friend there who,
The Watcher's goals accomplished and his own vows fulfilled.
he went home.
Sailed back to Thaos. His friends and family found him much changed, for a pall had fallen upon the man,
Yeah.
smothering his former enthusiasm. Called before the Lore College, Kana told them of the pain the Engwithan legacy brought to the lands abroad. He insisted that a search for answers abroad
I'd have thought maybe they wouldn't have believed him,
people, as it had done to the Deerwood.
that they'd have
His findings
said he
were
was
met
some
with
kind of
respect.
heathen and,
His voice
you know.
came to be considered an influential one.
But as it turns out, he's
Flauatize
well respected.
With Thaos defeated and the souls released from Sun and Shadow, healthy children were born once again in the Deerwood. The grieving mother sought a place where she might do penance for the birthing bell. She returned to Deerford, where, to the astonishment of the villagers, she delivered the first healthy
So there we go,
child.
she got some redemption as well. I mean, everyone seems to be... I'm guessing not everyone's going to have done well
She saw
out of
a
it.
ray of hope restored to the
I don't know if there's any companions we
Deerwood,
missed, or...
for her own troubled past. You and Sagani never found Persok together. The Adra figurine had gone dark by the time they emerged from Sun and Shadow, and it was another month before Sagani
Did she ever find him?
accepted that Persok's trail had gone cold again.
Maybe I should have tried to fix this quest first.
And as far as the living lands, she saw the great coastal cities of Rawatai and the ruins of Old Valia, absorbing the details of these.
I'm not even sure where we needed to go for that.
20 years passed before the Adra figurine finally glowed again. When it did, she followed its signal to a quiet hamlet on the outskirts of Adir. There, she met a young farmer and told her of her past as an
And she got home and everything was
Sagani
odd.
returned to a village that had forgotten her face, but remembered her story. Masuk greeted her with cautious warmth, and Sagani found that their ways had become strange to her.
Well, so she had to leave.
She also learned that Kalu had perished of winter fever a few years before, and her middle child, Najuo, had died in a raid. But she found her daughter Yakona,
There we go.
mother of 3, and her son.
Does that mean she was happy?
builder of mighty walls.
I don't know, was
And
she?
then she came to find her place in the village and the familiar contours of a world that had changed in her absence. For you, the death of Thaos brought an end to your
No more
waking dreams
visions.
and a silence to the whispers.
We
of
could
the past.
sleep.
In their absence, you were able to sleep. The questions of a distant lifetime ceased to trouble your soul. All that
So we
remained
weren't destroyed by moving the souls around.
But at the moment, there was little to be done, and the matter would have to wait. A long journey loomed ahead.
Yeah. So it did. So it did. So what's happening now? We're reaching a credits sequence. It's the end credits of the game. So there we go. We finished the main storyline of Pillars of Eternity. I'm just going to shoot through that and just see if there's anything of interest at the end of these credits. Obviously we're not going to run through the whole thing. Is that how this just looped right back to the beginning again? I think it has, hasn't it? Just do it one more time. No, it hasn't. Those are the people they're thanking from their Kickstarter. I feel like I don't need to go through a list of names because everybody knows who they are, right? And everyone that everyone that did, this was a great game, and I think they can feel pretty happy about what they did. And we're finished. I don't think, it says continue, but I'm pretty sure that if I try to continue, it's not going to actually bring me to anywhere useful, is it? It's probably going to bring me back to the fight with him again. or the decision at the end. We'll have a look. If it does, then that's what it does, but if it brought me out to the world again, that would be interesting. Just a quick look. I know there's additional content. Yeah, that's all it is, just that again. So there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching me play through Pillars of Eternity. And we finally reached the end of the main storyline. As I say, obviously there were side missions we could have done. There were a lot of side missions we didn't do. But I do feel the main direction I like to go with that is to finish the main storyline. As I feel that the side part of it isn't always necessarily necessary to get the full story, as intended at least. But anyway, yeah, so that is Pillars of Eternity. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please feel free to drop a follow here on Mixer if you're watching me live, at mixer.com/Supernautus. And you can also find all the other parts of this on YouTube at Supernautus Streams. Every part of the game that we've played through, obviously, since we started, you'll be able to see there. If you are enjoying what you're seeing on YouTube, please feel free to hit that like button and maybe add a subscription too. And you can hit the notification bell if you like also. For now though, that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it. And no doubt we'll come on to Pillars of Eternity 2 at some point soon. It's just waiting to be played. We'll start a new game, and I believe we can carry over some details from this character too. So for now, thanks very much. See you next time, and good night.